Hi, this is Marcey Rader, your productivity lead at RaderCo. I'm the principal contributor to the Health Powered Productivity podcast, where we give you bite-sized nuggets of knowledge in areas of productivity, health, and clutter that you can implement right away. Looking for ways to support our health-powered productivity mission? We welcome donations to our tip jar, linked in the show notes. We encourage you to check out our RaderCo recommendations page on our site, where we list all of our favorite products, services, and apps. We get a little kickback and you get vetted tools that we use ourselves. Now, on with the show. I am often asked how I manage my own inbox and sometimes hesitate to explain, because then people assume that I think it's how everyone should manage an inbox, but that couldn't be farther from the truth. I'm pretty much inbox zero every day, but I also don't get a ton of emails because of the things that I do with filters and rules and so on. And because we use a project management system, so we are not really doing emails within RaderCo. And I created a podcast about how companies will never get out of email hell until they get a project management system and use it like this. But, I don't recommend inbox zero to everyone, because if you are a CEO and you're getting 300 emails a day, I don't want you sitting in your inbox just to get to zero. But regardless, I still wanted to do this podcast episode on how I manage my inbox because I get asked this so often. So just remember, there is a disclaimer that this may not work for you. Okay. I use the G Suite platform, Google. I love it. I think it has so many more options than Outlook, but that's what I use. Although Outlook, we can do a lot with Outlook, especially if you're able to use the Boomerang extension. But I use Gmail. Boomerang is such an incredible tool. It is an extension. I pay for I use the paid version. And with Boomerang, you can snooze emails to come back to you. So you can move them out of your inbox and not look at them until you're ready to again. As an example, I get concert tickets and it's for 2 months from now. I can just snooze that email and it'll pop back up, 2 months from now. It also gives me access with something called Respondable to see how likely my email will get a response. It will tell me if it has the right type of tone, if it has, too many words, too little words. And so that's the Respondable part of it. I also forward my emails that are tasks for the team, especially to ClickUp. So with ClickUp Project Management System, I just forward to our ClickUp and it becomes a task. And so when it gets to ClickUp, then I assign it to a category, I give it a due date, it's out of my inbox. I use the free extension Streak, and it has snippets. I have many, many templates that I use that, if it's something like my media kit or, how to schedule with me, any of those things, it's just a shortcut. I do not have to type it out at all. Sometimes it's even just like, if I type TC, it's topic, it pops up my link for topic category. So I use Streak snippets, but if you use the G Suite platform, you can just use their canned templates. You have to turn it on in your settings, but you could use canned templates. And I believe that's what our concierge uses, is the Gmail templates. If you use Outlook templates, it's too many things to click on. I get why people don't like the templates for Outlook, but they do have that opportunity as well, or option. I also use Streak pipelines. I use it a little bit like a CRM, but not as much anymore, just because we use ClickUp so much for that. Streak has the send later, but Boomerang does as well. And so with Boomerang or Streak, I can schedule an email to send at a different time. So if I want to follow up with somebody maybe on, for a 30-day follow-up, and the 30 days is Wednesday, but I'm in my Vistage meeting all day on Wednesday, then I might write it on Monday and schedule it for Wednesday. I don't like to work on Friday afternoons unless I have to, but I don't mind working on a Saturday morning in the winter before my husband gets up. So sometimes if I'm processing email on Saturday morning, then I'm scheduling it for Monday using Boomerang or Streak. And then also Streak has email tracking, and I can see how many times someone has opened up my email, and even if they've opened it at all, and how many times they've opened it. And so gone are the days where you say, I didn't get your email. There are a lot of programs that we know if you've opened up the email, and people are using them, especially people that in sales. But Boomerang has this as well, but I do not like the Boomerang version because the person has to do some kind of read receipt, and I am very anti-read receipts. That is too much work for someone, and it feels very invasive. But with the email tracking, some people don't like that. Like, what? You can tell what, I'm opening up my email. But really, for me, the way I use it, I don't use it on all emails, but I use it when I'm sending out contracts or proposals because there are attachments involved. And sometimes it's been where it goes to their spam because there is an attachment or there's a link or something. And some companies, their spam filters are so good that my email never gets there. And I'll see that I sent this proposal that they requested 2 days ago, they still haven't opened it. So I'll call them and they'll say, oh my gosh, I never got it. So that's how I use that. But then also it will pop up and say, so-and-so has opened up your email. And, if somebody's opened up my proposal 6 times, then I know that they're really interested and I may reach out to them and, and kind of put myself in front of them again. With Boomerang, I also use inbox pause, and I have talked about this on other podcast episodes, and that is where I pause all emails coming in so I'm not distracted by them, except for certain times of day. I will unpause, and then I'll see all the emails, or I do it on a schedule. And so then that way I can send emails throughout the day, but I'm not distracted by the ones that are coming in. But I do have some emails that bypass the pause based on their domain name or who they are or the type of email. So anything coming from HelloSign, which is what I use for my contracts, that comes immediately through. I see it right away. If it comes from my accountant, Joel Levy, it immediately comes through because I never want him to be waiting on me for anything. And my top tier clients that invest the most amount of money in RaderCo, also their domains get bypassed. Anybody coming from that company gets bypassed or bypasses the pause. I use an extension called Just Not Sorry. And it, because women tend to apologize for everything. And when I saw the research behind this, how we're always saying, I'm sorry, but, and using very weak language, I started using this, and it will just underline if you're using weak language. And I really like that. I set up my email, and you can do this in the Gmail settings, into primary, promotions, and updates. And I don't need the social media because I'm not on social media, and or platforms, or forums, because I don't get emails through there. But then that way I know to go to my primary emails first. And if I have time, go to my promotions and updates, or if I make time, I should say. I do not keep anything in my inbox after I've read it. I use the send and archive button, and you have to turn that on in your settings, but send and archive, and that archives it immediately into your all mail after you send it. But I do not leave anything in my inbox. It either gets snoozed to pop up, or it becomes a task, or it just gets taken care of. I have the, in my settings, I have the button turned on for reply suggestions. So Google uses artificial intelligence to read the email that you've received, and it has 3 suggestions for replies. And it may just be like, think something like, if somebody's asking you about a meeting, can you attend this meeting? Then there might be 3 options like, yes, I'll be there, or no, I can't attend, or something like that. And you can just click on it and it'll write it out and then you just send it. So I have reply suggestions on. I also use the Ohio method, only handle it once. And that goes back to, I either reply to it, I archive it, I read it and archive it, I make it a task, I snooze it, but I don't just keep it in my inbox. I do not have my notifications on, and I do not have the button clicked for auto advance. I do not like when I read an email and it automatically opens up the next email because I may not be ready to read it at that time. And that is basically how I manage my inbox. I unpause 1 to 2 times a day. So I see all my emails 1 or 2 times a day. I have never been told I did not get back quickly enough. Never, not once. And I have trained people that that's how I respond. And so nobody's expecting me to respond immediately. And again, disclaimer, this is not for everyone, but when we work with people on their inbox, me or the team specialist, it's very much, what is your role? What are the expectations? This is how you would how you would set it up. These are the behaviors you would use. Here's how you would work with people internally. Here's how you would email people externally. And we do this through private coaching or through our email action plan. And the email action plan is an inbox habits assessment. It is, there's some prep videos and then a 90-minute deep dive into your inbox, and then a 3-step plan for continuing. And that is a very affordable, great service, could change your life and open up a lot more time for you. And you can find that at helloraderco.com/email-action-plan. We also offer email extinguisher workshops for companies to get everybody on the same page. But that is how I manage my inbox. And I hope some of those tips can be helpful for you. Thank you for listening to the RaderCo Health-Powered Productivity Podcast. Please subscribe, leave a review, and forward this episode to at least one person you know could benefit. And can I ask a favor? If you felt this podcast was valuable, please consider supporting it by donating to our tip jar to continue giving you bite-sized nuggets of knowledge. And get your sneak peek of my latest book, Work Well, Play More, Productive, Clutter-Free, Healthy Living, One Step at a Time, with the novice behaviors from chapter 1 that includes how to deal with all those rings, pings, and buzzes, how to declutter your digital desktop and why it's important, and how to play hide and seek with your food to help with portion control. It's waiting for you at helloraderco.com/gift.